here in Valencia, Spain. Our first match is between SCHUURMAN from the Netherlands and Wang from Taiwan. It's best of 3 sets all the way through to the final. Races to 4. It's winner breaks, of course. It's 10-ball, cool shot. I'm Mark White, and calling the shots with me in the booth is the brilliant brain, Benjamin Belhassan. Good morning, Benjamin.
Good morning, Mark. Glad to be here with you in the booth for this losers round 2 match between the young Dutch. I think she's 19 now, and I was talking yesterday night with my mate in the booth, and she is no longer a junior, so she won't be participating in the World Junior Championships this week, but still very young and promising.
Well,
and to be honest, I've never heard about the Taiwanese girl, but you might have a few informations for us.
Yeah, she's played on a lot of the Pro Billiard Series events throughout the years. From Taiwan. Nickname is Enzo. Now, I don't know whether that's because of Enzo Ferrari, whether she plays quick or not. I don't think she does. I'm not sure why the name Enzo. But anyway, it will be the young Dutch lady breaking off, having won the lag. 30-second shot clock, 60 seconds after the break, of course, and 1 30-second extension each per rack. I nearly didn't recognise Wang, actually. She's got a new hairstyle, Ben. She's gone blonde.
Yeah. I just realized now that I see him closer, now that I have a closer look. It's because of the hair, but I can recognize her. And you're right, she's played many PBS in the past. So
yeah, she certainly has. And she's got a nice opening here on the one as well. Ben, to start, how's the table looking to you? 3 is a problem, obviously. Anything else you see there?
yeah, and but it's a big problem because the 6 ball is blocking the path to the 3, and it's really difficult to find a way. So maybe she could like draw off the long rail and keep a space in between the 5 and 6 to stop the cue ball just behind the 7. That could be a plan to keep the advantage in this rack. Yeah, just like that. And now she can hit the 3 ball full in the face and stop behind the 7. So that looks good.
Yeah, good call. Benjamin is warmed up already. He's in stroke.
Yeah, but I don't think she can do that. Yeah, maybe just rolling, but that's dangerous. Yeah, because if you use then a high ball, then the cue ball is gonna really slow down before hitting the rail, and the danger is to come short, which that's exactly what she did. So yeah, this is a pretty big mistake here in the opening, because she left Yolen an open shot. Still tough to reach the 4 though.
Yeah, tough to get on the 8 as well. I think it does go to the top left, so she's going to have to play a short side shot on that. 7 is the same side of the table, Benjamin.
Yeah. She made a good shot on the 3 though, and yeah, the 8 ball is a big problem now, because obviously you cannot play the 8-9 combination, so you need to work throughout the rack. And the position on the 7 will be crucial. She really needs to be a little bit off angle on the 7 to draw back all the way down to the long rail. Yeah, she was struggling a lot yesterday night. She was coughing, and she looked like she was really sick yesterday night, so she had a tough time against the Spaniards to go through. Hope she's feeling better today. Very steady Wang, as you can see. Very nice technique. Smooth stroke.
Interesting little fact about Wang Ling. She's actually the founder of Zero Roll. It's like zero rolling means zero rolling kind of word. Billiard training studio in Taiwan. So good for her. And I remember her telling me once in Puerto Rico that she's got quite a few students under her wing. So it's not just playing the game for Wang Ling. She's also doing a lot of coaching, Ben, with the youngsters, which is nice to see.
Yeah, definitely. It's as you mentioned, not only playing, but it's also about legacy, because she lives in a country where the pool community is really big and the level is really high. So you really want, if you are part of it, you really want to maintain that country into that greatness. So this is great to hear.
Well, we've got viewers from all over the world, from Canada, from the US, from Asia, of course. I'm sure there's a few in from Holland as well, from the Netherlands, cheering on their lady.
So here it's an interesting situation, Mark, because now she can glue the cue ball behind the 10 and send the 7 ball whether into the 8-9 or closer to the 8, so that it would make the position shot really easy.
Missed it.
Yeah.
Okay, ball in hand, Benjamin, and it does go into the top left, so it's not all bad. She just has to hit this though. If she gives ball in hand to Wang Ling in this situation, it will be easy to get the position on it for the 8.
Yeah, she could have done a little bit better with the cue ball though, because now Yolene could go one rail just touching the 7, even if it's not easy. But if the cue ball were glued to the 10, then it would have made the shot a lot tougher. So small details, but big difference.
Yeah, very true. Wise words there, Ben. But I tell you what, I think she was concentrating so hard on getting the cannon from the 7 to the 8 and the 9 that she just, maybe her focus was on the other rather than getting glued behind the 10 so much.
Yeah. And you see the type of shot she just played. It's very useful for these reasons to play, sometimes to play carom, because you can understand better the path of the cue ball, and so she could have, using a little bit of inside, go in between the 8 and 9 again to make the shot tougher for the opponent. So this is ways of, you can always improve your positional play, your skills with playing safety shots. Yeah, and carom is a great way to do it.
There was a little nudge on that 8 there. Now I don't think the 8 goes any longer. It might do, but I don't think it does. It just got a slight nudge. Once again though,
this is a good shot.
Ball tight in. Rails available. Going off the right hand side rail by the looks of it.
Just to remember to the viewers, it's call shots, so you really need to call the pocket. Oh, fortunately she didn't touch the 8-9, which is going to make the layout really tough for our opponent, even with ball in hand on the 7. So this is interesting to see which way she's gonna choose to break the cluster. Myself, I would.
Right. What would you do, Ben?
I would put the cue ball like just on top of the rack and try to go long, and come from the long rail, but on the right inside, to push the 10, I'm sorry, the 8 and the 9. Yeah, just the way she did, but reach higher on the long rail, so that she can, whatever happens, can see the 8, which is not the case by the shot she played. You want to make sure you're... Yeah.
Got a sneaky little look there from the overhead of the lovely Predator lights glistening on that 8 ball. It's one of my favourite camera shots in pool, that really is.
Yeah, this is great.
Oh, she did call that pocket. She's called it. What a great shot that is. Exactly as called.
Yeah. In one moment I thought that she hit the 9 first, but the referee didn't say anything, so I couldn't see properly from the position that I was in. So that's a great shot. Oh, she kind of overcut this, but she's going to leave a long, tough shot in the jaws for Jolyn. And the danger of this shot is if you hit it too thick, then the cube ball will track to the side pocket. So you really want to cut this really thin to go down table. Yeah, she's missed it. Yeah, she's definitely not feeling good in this tournament. It's a tough feeling, but that's part of the grow, you know. It's always like that. Hopefully she will recover from it. Try to stay in the present.
Nothing worse than playing a sport when you're not feeling 100%. It's difficult enough as it is without having the added handicap of not feeling great. But it's Wang Ling who takes the opening rack. Quite an interesting opening rack. Quite a long one, but lots of safety, lots of kicking, Benjamin.
Yeah.
There's our referee, Coco. I believe that's her name. I think I've remembered her right from the last tournament in Bali. That's Coco. Become a regular now on the Predator Pro Billiard Series and World Championships. So you see Mighty Reparo of Spain in the background, just about to break. That's available for you guys on table 2. If you want to catch up with that, plenty of interesting matches going on. And quite unusual, Ben, to see Xia Liu and Han Yu both on the loser's side so early on.
Yeah, definitely. What comes to my mind when you say that, it's the issues due to the long travels and jet lags, and you know, it's tough to experience this when you're an Asian player to come to Europe to play, because you have like 20 plus hours of flight and you have the jet lag, and it takes you a couple of days to settle down, and maybe that's the reason why one of the reasons why they are already in the losers bracket.
Yeah, they don't really travel too much, a lot of the Chinese and the Chinese Taipei. They're not big travellers, and it's interesting you say that, because that could be why maybe when the Europeans go there they don't do as well as maybe they would, because the role is reversed. Of course, the Europeans are the ones that have done the travelling, So there certainly could be something in that, especially when tournaments are so close together and you've not really got time to get used to the jet lag.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And also maybe they are not big travelers because there are also big tournaments and lots of players and action in their countries. So unless you have the World Championships and you have the Predator Pro Billiard Series, which are really international big events, they are not traveling too much abroad.
Got herself out of a little bit of a hole there. Jolene. It was a song by Dolly Parton, I think, Jolene.
Yeah.
I won't sing that one though, Ben, I promise. Should hit that
shot
wrong.
there.
I think there might be an edge though. Oh no, there isn't. You're right. It's a very good shot, Benjamin. She'll be do well to hit it and get it safe is another thing.
Yeah, I don't know if she can go short and long like two rails. If she can, then she has a shot to clip the three and separate the balls also. The speed, yeah, that was the shot, but still, if she had hit it, and then she would have created space and maybe send the three ball towards the 7. Oh, excuse me, it's the 5. So, yeah, those are the type of shots where you can make difference when you make contact and you choose. Obviously you want to choose the side of the ball you hit to like counter the defensive play of your opponent. This is where the top players in the world make huge difference. She let herself a straight in 4, which is not ideal, but she's gonna draw back to the 5. That's okay. But the 7 ball is in a tricky situation here because the 8 ball blocking the short side, and she definitely want a slightly angle to go directly from the 6 to the 7, which is never easy. Yeah, I think she has too much now. She has drawn too much. So she might have to power draw this one to the long rail and go across the table. Big stroke here. You really want to stay down and dive into the ball. Yeah, that's not enough. Good effort, but tricky situation here, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, to me, 7 ball on this back rail by the Predator Cat you see on the table. Whoever hit it, this is a chance.
Yeah, the thing is she couldn't get the cover actually by playing this shot, and another option would have been to cut really thin the 7 ball, to just put it like a few centimeters from its position and then go cross to the other long rail and behind the 10, kind of containing. That was an option.
I don't see Jolene's name in the Scotch doubles, so it would be the end of play for her. But of course we do have the Euro Tour, which I'm sure she'll be playing in. The Euro Tour Open and the Euro Tour Women's coming up straight after, just a day's rest in between, and our man in the booth will be playing in that. How's your form been just recently, Benjamin, are you playing pretty good as we see this 10 ball
Yeah,
disappear?
yeah, I'm good. I had good results in national tournaments, and so I'm looking forward to the last Euro Tour of the year. Obviously, great event. Like, I believe the field is full at 200 players, so big names and stuff. So it's gonna be a challenge. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, of course,
But
a lot
I'm
of
a
the
little,
top names are here in Spain for the men's and women's opens, plus the doubles. So it just makes sense, doesn't it, to also play in the Euro Tour? So it's real stacked field, as you say, Benjamin.
yeah. I'm a little bit of surprised that Jolene is not playing. Didn't find a partner for the doubles. But yeah, so she came to play the women's international open, and then she's gonna wait like 5 or 6 days to play the Euro Tour maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I will have another check, but I've been through them twice and I didn't see her name. I know my eyesight's bad, but I haven't seen her on the list. And I'm very surprised she doesn't have a partner, to be honest. Good young player.
Yeah, especially being in the Netherlands with a lot of players, a lot of good players. But
Well, listen to this. Marco Teutsch is playing, but he's playing with the young lady sat in the seat there. He's playing with Wang.
okay.
That's a little bit of a coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he lives in New Zealand and he travels to Asia often, so maybe that's why he's connected with the Chinese Taipei players, maybe.
Yeah, definitely not on the list of players anyway, Jolene. So she'll have a little bit of a respite. Time to get better. Time to get back to full health, Benjamin.
Yeah. Well, she did a good job on the one ball because that was not easy to get to the two. Came up a little bit short, so she'll have to go back and forth with that two ball. The point is, oh, she's not gonna play it. Yeah, the way she addressed the cue ball told me that she's not gonna play the cut shot.
She's
So
just changed her
she's
mind,
back.
though. She's just called it
Yeah.
again, Benjamin. So she is going to play
Yeah.
it. She just called it.
Yes, but the bank, you mean? I believe.
No, no. Oh,
Yeah.
the bank. You're right. I beg your pardon. I told you my eyes
Yeah,
were bad.
Yeah, because the thing is, when you cut the balls that thin, if she could have gone for the cut, she would have. You must take a high ball on those shots, for more accuracy from the path of the cue ball first, but also for the contact point. So the way she hit it, kind of stunish, told me that she would go for the bank.
That's a very nice shot, well controlled there from Jolene. May have left a piece of it, but don't think the potting angle's there. It was a very, very good attempt though. Good pace on the cue ball. Was hoping to get cover behind the 7.
If she can't see the ball properly, then it's a tough spot because you can't really play, you can't really cut the ball. So yeah, that's the shot I was talking about, but normally the 2 ball would go out. Yeah, that's the problem. You're going to leave the 2 ball in a square near the pocket, and you really want to be the 2 ball behind the 8 ball, which is really tough to control from that distance. So it was a great effort. Good safety for both players there, good shots.
Yeah, young eyes, thin contacts. I don't mean contact lenses, Ben. I mean contacts as in contacting the ball.
Yeah, that's a good shot. She wanted to use the 5 ball to stop the 2, but actually it moved a little bit towards the pocket, so she's left an open now. Tough though, but
Cue ball tracking naturally towards the 3 off 2 rails. Can she? I think she's okay for the 8.
yeah, but she's gonna have, I think, to jack up if you want to avoid the 8, but mostly to get a position on the 3. So yeah, the problem was the 8, and she decides to put the energy in making the ball and to make it a priority. But now she's faced with a really tough shot, because the cue ball would track on the wrong side of the 4. I believe the 4 doesn't pass the 10, so it's again tough. Yeah.
Oh, may get a little bit of a roll here. May get a jelly roll for Jolene. A jelly.
Yeah. But she understood quick that pocketing the 3 ball on the top left was too tough, plus no reward because she couldn't get position on the 4. So she decided to play it on the side, a kind of two-way shot, and she had success.
This is close.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah.
Little roll this time for Wang Lin.
Well, this is the type of situation where it's really tough to control both balls, and I would say that you could go one rail and try to hit the right side of the 3 thin to track the cue ball towards the 10 and 9. Yeah, she hit the other side, but what's important here is to really try to hit thin one side of the ball so that you can create distance between them, just like she did.
Yeah, we're going airborne with Taiwan Airways. Taking off any moment now and landing very, very soon.
This is also good. Try to create distance.
Great shot. Couldn't get more distance. There's 9 foot between them balls.
Yeah.
Very good shot indeed. Well controlled jump shot. Exactly as played.
Yeah. And sometimes in this type of situation, you can't do better than the containing. So what she can do here, the better she can do, I believe, is to just bank slowly the 3 to the 5. But it's really tough to do because of the distance. And if you decide to use speed, then you will leave the tables in the center of the table just like that.
And she doesn't look well at all, does she? You can just tell from her body language that she's in some kind of discomfort.
Yeah, sometimes you have to accept that the game tells you to play a containing shot, and it's just the best you can do considering the position of the balls, and that's how it is. Good shot.
Done well to hold the cue ball off a thin cut. It's pretty good.
I like the way she addresses the cue ball, using her cue to go down straight into the line.
Good Morgen to our German fans, as we have a close up there of Jolene not looking too well, is she? Not looking too happy, a little bit red-faced.
Yeah, she's not feeling well, definitely, since yesterday. So this is a tough moment. But I wish she could learn from that and improve and try to stay in the present moment right now. But it's, of course, easier said than done.
Oh, when you don't feel well, it's just awful, isn't it? I mean, you can't play any of your normal game, really. It's kind of a situation where you wish you could just get out of that arena, you know, as quickly as possible. But
Yeah,
one thing I've noticed, it's great for her to show up, and to show up when you're not feeling your best deserves a lot of credit. So well done to Yolene for showing up even.
yeah. But also, you know, it's tough because when you're such at a young age, you might not have the tools to face those emotions. And when I say that, I'm thinking about probably our hero, uh, the Terminator, which is really a specialist of the mental side and the mental toughness. And when you're such young, it's really tough because sometimes you don't know what to do. So nowadays you have a lot of, you know, content, and especially, for example, the mental course of Niels, the Terminator, which is very useful with a lot of tips and stuff for the mental games.
I'm not sure how much that would help somebody that's physically ill, though. If you're ill, you're ill. Much you can do about it. Everything goes out, doesn't it? But Wang Ling has missed that 9 ball. Now it's here to get a rack on the board, and a whole lot better just to get 1 rack on the board. I think she has to go for this. Only trouble is, you like to play these with a bit of left-hand spin, and she did. Now, has she had any luck? Well, she's got a shot at the 10, Benjamin. It could have been worse.
Yeah. It's still tough when the balls are so close. You really want to use your best timing to hit the ball properly.
It's there.
That's good.
It's there. Good shot. Now then, a topic which I've done a lot of research into just recently. I've even spoke to people that have written PhDs on the subject of the brain and its relation when you're playing pool, any cue sports. And one of the things I discussed with him was the use of headphones. Now, the doctor told me to play the game of pool, you really need all your senses to play to a high standard consistently. Now, I know there's other examples like Shane Van Boening, of course, who very famously is deaf, or not totally deaf. He can hear with his hearing aid in. I was wondering, Benjamin, what your thoughts are on practicing with headphones, with the earbuds. What's your position on that?
The thing is, I don't do it myself, but I thought, I don't know I didn't research of the. I have no idea of what's happening in the brain when you use AirPods, but I don't like it because I can't really, concentrate on 2 things at the same time. And when I'm listening to music, it's kind of, emotional, because obviously when you listen to music, you love the music you listen to. So I'm kind of immersed in the music, and I can't do anything else. And it's the same with pool. So I don't like to do it myself. So, but I'm curious to discover what doctors told you about this, because I saw many players using the AirPods warming up or even practicing, and but also warming up before matches. And yeah, I don't do it myself because I don't like it.
I've heard from several players who use them, and sometimes, especially when they're practicing in a public room, not at a tournament, just in general practice, that some of them even wear them just so they can be left alone to practice rather than people coming up and asking for their autograph. And sometimes they're not even playing anything on them. That's one part of it. But the other part, and I did this as an experiment, and I tried to play with music playing in earpods, and I just couldn't play at all because I couldn't hear the balls. And I think hearing the balls is a big, big part of the game. The sound of the contact, the concentration on that you need to play pool is hard
Yeah,
enough already without a distraction. Now, some people say that fans are a distraction. Applause, noise, people opening candies in their line of sight, or whatever. The sound of candy wrappers can even put some players off, particularly in snooker. But of course, they're
yeah,
banned from actually using them in tournaments. So what my point is why would you practice in a way that you wouldn't be able to do when you actually go to play the match? The great Steve Davis always said, practice like it's a match, so when it becomes a match it just feels like practice, which kind of makes sense to me. This
yeah,
play in the same
definitely.
atmosphere as you're going to face as near, damn it. I mean, he would practice at the times that he knew he was going to be playing. He would be practicing the race to whatever the tournament was that he was going to be playing in. Any little, he would go back to his chair, take a sip of water, exactly as if
Yeah,
he's playing the match.
exactly. This is really important. But you mentioned something interesting, is that uh, I don't like to use AirPods to listen to music. But what I used to do when I was practicing is to use um, buds in my ears for the noises.
Noise
And
cancellation. Yeah.
yeah, because it's really this I found it really great, because you can feel and hear you better when you breathe, especially when you take deep breath, and you still hear the balls. And it's to me, it was really a great experience. But at some point years ago, especially in France where I played national tournaments, it was forbidden. Suddenly they make it forbidden for tournaments, because I used to play with those for the noise, and only simple earbuds,
Yeah.
not even connected or stuff. But as it became forbidden, then I stopped using them for the reason you just mentioned, because I needed to practice and play tournaments in the same conditions. But yeah, the music, I don't like it. But the earpods, uh, as a noise blocker, I really loved it for the breath and everything.
Interesting. Well, what do you guys think that are watching online? Earbuds or no earbuds? Music, no music? What do you play with? Let us know as we see Wang Wang Ling playing this left-handed, looking to get on the hill in this opening set. It's been hard going for both players so far.
Really smooth. She's really steady, and I I really like the her style, because she's really smooth, and she controlled the speed of the backswing and the last foreswing really good. And on slidey tables and fast tables like this, I think players that have a slower stroke have an edge, because you really can control the speed better. For example,
Yeah.
players like Moritz Neuhausen, the young German. He has such a
Yep.
smooth stroke, and he's slow. He slows down a little bit when it needs to, and it's really, it makes me think about a control feeling, you know, of gesture and position shots. And
Yeah, the reason that I brought up the earpods subject was because when Yolene came in to practice, she was wearing them during her practice, and then all of a sudden you start a match and it's a completely different atmosphere. Just kind of was interested to find out your point of view, so thank you very much for that. We'd love to know your point of view in the chat as well, guys. We do keep an eye on it when we can and address any questions you have. Make sure you send them to Ben though, he's the expert. So Ling Wang to break off then for the set, this opening set. Race to 4, best of 3 sets.
the 4-railer goes to the bottom right. Push out situation here for Wang. Never easy, as I always mention. Leave something tough, but not too tough. This is the part of the game I love, because it's really interesting. You really need to play a chess game before, at the beginning of the rack, so it's really interesting.
Yeah, battle of wits, isn't it?
I remember a time where 9-ball was playing with push out on every shot, but they stopped doing this because it was too long games. But at the beginning of the rotation games in 9-ball, they used to play push outs on every shot. If you want, you could.
On every shot, not just after the break.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
That means that means every time you come up with a tricky situation, you could roll out the ball, but you ask your opponent a question every time. So that was 2 long matches.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like to watch or commentate on those rules, to be honest.
Yeah, just like it was a little bit before the Texas Express rules also, because in 9-ball, as you may know, before the Texas Express rules, as long as you, for example, if you scratch on the break and pocket 3 balls on the break, then we move the 3 balls to the spot. So that was also very long and tactical games.
I just had an interesting response actually from a guy called Chris Lee. He says, I think having your opponent wear earbuds is rude. You end up chasing the attention of that player when calling pockets or announcing safeties and push-outs. It's a good point.
Yeah.
Actually happened to me in a tournament once. My opponent was wearing earbuds. I called push-out. He wasn't really paying any attention. And I did call push out twice, saw he was wearing earbuds and thought I'm not saying it a third time. And when he came back to the table, he picked the cue ball up. He thought I'd fouled because he didn't hear me say push out.
Yeah, that's crazy. The thing is, it's a different story to hear music for preparing a match, meaning when you are in your room or when you are in the audience, waiting for your match like an hour before, because you could listen to music to pump you up or to slow you down or for whatever reasons, but it's a totally different thing to practice with the earbuds.
Yeah, totally agree with you there, Benjamin. Somebody's saying in the chat, no earbuds, they become a crutch. You tend to rely on them. I totally agree with you. Thanks for that, Lebevu.
So your lane is dead straight on the on that 2 ball, and I think the 3 is only passing on the right side pocket, and it's really tough to judge to stop the cue ball on this line.
Yeah,
So she's looking at maybe playing
remember early
defense.
tens, Benjamin, early tens as well. She just had a look at the 10, but she's played it pretty well, hasn't she? The shot you was talking about.
That was tough. She went a little bit too far, so now she has a slightly angle on the 3 that would make her go down table. Maybe she could go towards the 7-9 to play the 5 ball. Oh, she's queuing up, so she's going to the long rail.
Yeah, just not happening for her at the moment. She's cut off the potting angle though here, I believe.
Yeah.
Awkward queuing as well over the 6 ball, so still a bit more pool to be played in this match.
It's if I can compare to yesterday night, it's pretty much the same feeling I have on our match, that she is lacking of conviction. And this is a really interesting world in the world of sports, because the conviction leads you to, you know, motivation, concentration, and I saw Pia Filler yesterday night, and I love to watch her play because she has that conviction in the eyes when she's playing a match. Even if she's trailing or she's winning or whatever happens, she always has that conviction in her eyes, and it's beautiful to witness.
Well, she is what it says on the tin, isn't she? Pia Filler, she's a killer. And there's 2 of them.
Yeah, but the conviction is a big thing, you know. Determination is really key to want to play your heart out and play the best shot you can on each shot. Niels is also like this. It's crazy to watch.
Yeah, a lot of mental energy that you're burning on every shot. It's a good solid hit there. Oh, doesn't want to scratch. She's okay. Well, she's okay in the side. I thought she may scratch in the corner for a second, but she's good. All is good. There you see her coughing.
Yeah. And yesterday she was coughing so bad that I think she has a problem on the muscle, you know, on the side muscles. Because when you cough for days and days like this, then the muscles of your core are really really hurt you. Oh, did she call it?
Yes, she did.
Oh, wow. What a shot.
It's a tough way to lose the opening set. Now there is a timeout available to both players after each set. When Wang Lin has decided to take hers, and yeah, good idea I think for Yolene to step out as well, and I think it's a good idea that Benjamin Balhassan and myself, Mark White, do exactly the same. We'll be back for the second set as soon as the players are back. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. very warm welcome back to the Gandia Palace Hotel here in Valencia, Spain. And there you can see the schedule for today. Coming up next at midday, losers qualifiers in the women's, and then the doubles action gets underway at 3 p.m. And what a way to start. Mighty Repero Sanchez Ruiz up against Wei Tu Chen and Eklund Kachi. And on table 2, Cristina Zlateva and Juan Carlos Exposito will be up against Xia Liu and Conrad Yuzishin. Some mouth-watering matches coming up for you guys later on today, and you can see it all continues with some mixed doubles action after that, also at 5 p.m. and then 7:30 p.m. tonight we'll have the last 16 of the Women's Open. Myself, Mark White, and Benjamin Belhassan are with you. How's this break looking to you, Benjamin?
Yeah, oh, it's not gonna hit a rail. We're gonna start by a foul. Because remember, for the viewers, you have to hit a rail or pocket the ball after contact, which Jolene didn't. So everything is open, so I don't think she will elect to play the 3 fouls here. Long shot on the 2, but pretty natural position on the 3. The 4 to the 5 also. Then she will have to pay attention to the 5 and the 6, because the 7 is really close to the 6. Should be okay though.
Just enough angle just to draw straight up for the 4 ball here.
Okay, so now the 4 ball is giving you the wrong angle on the 5. So see if she elects to play a draw shot to create the right angle on the 5, which is the best solution in my opinion. Like that. Yeah. And now she really want to be near the line of the 6. What I call the line of the 6 is the line if you draw a line through the 6 ball toward its pocket. Yeah, like that. So she's perfectly on the line of the 6. So this is great, because the 8 and 9 are also tricky because they are high on the long rail. So got some work to do here. Draw straight back. And now she really wants to be as flat as possible on the 8 without being behind the 9. So it's kind of Stanish with a touch of left. Yeah, she could have gone a little bit towards the 9 to leave herself a easier 8 ball, but big stroke here. Good shot.
Little bounce. Yeah, it's perfect, isn't it? Great shot from Wang Ling.
Stand follow. Oh, she just rolled it. Why not?
Jolene was so long away from the arena during that timeout. I thought maybe she might not even come out to play a second set. She was feeling that bad. Of course, we don't know how exactly bad she feels, but she doesn't look right. Let's bring you up to date, guys, with some scores from around the room. Yvonne Ullmann-Hebler from Germany is a set down to Ada Leo from the US. Cristina Zlateva will be featured in our doubles match along with partner Exposito a little bit later on today at 3 p.m. She's a set-up against Anna Gradiznik. Zhang Muan, one of my favourites to win. Got badly beaten yesterday by Kelly Fisher. Kelly told me that Zhang Muan made some uncharacteristic mistakes during her match with her. Didn't play as well as she did against her in Bali. She's a set-up and 3-3 in the second set with Swiss Shirin Valeri, and Devar is a set down and 2-1 down to Xia Liu. Han Yu a set up and 2 racks up in their second set. Back to this one, Wang Wanling to break off, looking comfortable. 4-1 in the first set, 1-0 in this second set. Oh, the 8 ball dropped. Was it the 8 ball?
I think it was the 2. Yeah, 2 ball.
Oh yeah, the 2 ball.
Kind of a cut break this time, a little bit off on the break. That's why the cue ball went down to the short rail. Still push out situation again here. Obviously a push out for a safety because the 1 ball is blocked by the 4 on the top left pocket. So this is tough because you don't have that many options. One option I see is to really cut extremely thin to shave the 1 and try to go to the short rail and use the 8 and 5 as blockers, and whatever happens you'll contain the 1 on the long rail. But that's tough because you're far away, it's a rolling shot and you're close to the rail. The other option would be to hit the 1 a little bit thicker and try to avoid the 5 on the way back with the cue ball and use the 6 and the 10. That's 2 options, but there are other options. Yeah, that was the option I meant, but I think she's a little bit short to go behind the 6 and 10, and she left a window.
Yeah, I've seen a few questions about why Joshua isn't here and why David Al-Qaedi isn't here. Well, they were booked in to play here, but then of course they both made the Mosconi Cup, so they didn't travel to this. So Pia won't be playing with Joshua, she's playing with Dennis Grabet in the doubles. Sanchez Ruiz, of course, who didn't make the Mosconi Cup this year, is playing with Mighty Rapero. That's coming up at 3 o'clock for you.
By the way, 2 great shots from Yolene. The 1 ball in the opener in the window, and this 3 ball using the bridge, which is never easy. She did it perfectly, perfect position from the 4 to the 5. Then we have the 8 and 9 pretty much in the center of the table, which are also big balls, big blockers for the road to the 7. So a little bit of work to do. Oops.
Oh dear. And she really can't believe that one. Just maybe took her eye off it, not focused 100%. And these side pockets, as we've seen in the past, are very, very small. Doesn't matter what angle you're playing, unless you're straight in, they're still very, very tight. So there was a good chance there for Yolene. Oh, what's she done here? Oh, just a little nudge on the 8. Got away with it slightly.
Yeah, that was
tough.
tough.
This is confidence, playing with left hand from this distance.
But she worked on it a lot, and her style as I mentioned earlier, with the slow stroke, provides you to control your movement, even if you're left-handed. So no doubt she worked on it, but she has also the style of play to do it. And now she's cruising. Through this match.
The lead. Things looking very bleak for Yolin Sherman at the moment. It's all going Wang's way. Two latest scores I failed to give you. Monica Zarbek won the first set against Mighty Rapera. That's over on table 2. And the pole is 2-1 up in the second set also. And Rochelle Enfroy is a set up and 3-0 up against Sarah Iannini. So you're all up to date. Remember guys, we have the Scotch doubles, the pairs, the mixed pairs starting at 3 PM today. If you want to see who the teams are, you can go to probilliardseries.com and you can see the strength of that event. It really is a well stacked event. 40,000 to first prize and 20 to second. 22.5 to the winner of the Women's Open.
Yeah, the thing is, concerning the previous rack, Yolene made really 3 great shots, and she took advantage of the safety battle, but then missed an open shot on the 5. So the thing is, she did the job, but then after that you really need to take advantage of the mistake of your opponent, especially when you played some good shots and you have the opportunity to have, for example, ball in hand to run out the rack. And that's what she did on the previous rack, but tough mistake on the 5. So she's playing sometimes really great shots, and then really a lack of consistency, I would say.
Yeah, I think if Wang can get over, or get on the hill I should say, I think that will knock all the stuffing out of Yolene. It will be a hard grind to come back from there, especially how she's feeling. But she has a chance here on the 1. Didn't really get hold of the cue ball though, a little bit snatchy, a little bit quick on the stroke I thought there, Benjamin.
Yeah, that's her style also. She's not like taking too much time when she goes down on the ball, but yeah, so now she's in trouble because she can't cue properly, and the 4 ball, excuse me, is on the other side of the table with the 7 on the long rail, so she doesn't have the right angle to go from the 3 to the 4, and you can't really play safe because if you cut it, then the kiss is on, so you have to manipulate the balls to avoid the kiss, which is never easy.
Especially she'd like to play with right hand spin if she played that shot, but she can't get to the right hand side of the cue ball. She could just play the 3 up and down if she wants, down by the 10. Well, she's gone for it.
Whoa,
what a
great
shot she's played there. Terrific shot from the young girl from Netherlands.
So now, yeah, the 5 is available on the side pocket, on the right side pocket, so she needs to draw long, deep into the 4 like this. Perfect. This is really perfect. And here she doesn't have the other choice than to play the 5 and then play the 6 from where she is, going to the short rail and back up in the center of the table. Yeah, like that. A little bit flat on the 7 ball though. She could have done a little bit better with the cue ball, but should be okay.
Just spin it round 2 rails for the 9 into the side. No. Oh, yes, she has. Two results to give you guys. Han Yu has beaten Astrid Santos straight sets, as has Zhang Muan against Shirin Valeri. So 2 results there in this round. Nicely done from Yolene SCHUURMAN.
That's all she needs, you know. A couple of good solid shots, a couple of racks on the board, and all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, everything can change.
You see confirmation of what's coming up for you guys later on, midday. Losers qualification, tables 1 and 2, and then the doubles gets underway. Mighty Reparo and Sanchez Ruiz, the man of 2023. They will be up against Wei Chu Chen and Eklund Kachi. Christina Slateva and Juan Carlos Exposito will be on the other table against Shasha Liu and Conrad Musician. Breaking from the centre then, Yolene. 2-1 down. Oh, good solid hit, wasn't it? What a great hit that was.
Yeah. But this is really tough to generate a lot of power from outside of the line, from behind, you know, because she's breaking 1 diamond behind the head string. So it's really tough, but she did it very well. The good cue ball control, but unfortunately for her, no balls and an open shot for her opponent. Came up short on the 2. She would have liked to play the 2 ball on the side, but on these slidey tables, when you use a high ball, she actually uses too much high ball. Oh, this is a great shot. Wow.
Very intelligent shot, wasn't it? Yeah, in a tough spot here. The Dutch girl.
What can be done? Well, not that much. Maybe you should go 1 rail straight to the short rail, avoiding the 9. But the 2 ball is a small target because it's right in the middle of nowhere. This makes the hit really tough. Yeah. If she doesn't use stun, then she would come wild. Yeah, this way it's okay. She really need to stiff that bank with some stun to make good contact. That's what she did.
Can she drag this cue ball in behind the 7, play the 2 just past the 7? It's a touchy little shot.
Yeah, that's tough, but I think she can. Good shot there. Nice. Really nice because of the 5 ball. The 5 ball doesn't allow you to go to the long rail first, which makes the hit really tough because you can't really go to the long, to either one or the other long rails. So maybe the 4 railer is on. I don't know. It's tough to judge from here, but
I think she's going 2.
yeah, I don't think the 2 ball. I don't think the 2 rail was on. Sorry, maybe the 4, but it was really tough to judge. Good safety shot from Wang. Well, funny layout here. I don't know if the 7 ball passes the 9, but if it does, could be better for Wang. Because if it's not, yeah,
it's moving
if
the
it's
cue
not
ball,
going,
moving the cue ball with the cue. She came very close to using the tip to move it, and if you do use the tip to move the cue ball with the ball in hand, it is a foul. And ironically, it was during a final of Germany against Taiwan, where Chang Jung-lin, the great Chang Jung-lin, who sadly passed away earlier this year, it was him that actually did that foul. Was called by John Lehman in Puerto Rico during the finals. I actually was standing next to Wang Ling, having, back in my drinking days, a drink with Wang as we stood watching it, having a chat about pool and everything pool, telling me all about her academy. Guessing the 7 does pass.
Yeah, by the way, she played a great shot on the 4, from the 4 to the 5, really great. And yeah, the way she's cueing on the 6 makes me think that, ooh, pocket speed, I would say. But yeah, this is tricky from the angle we have.
Can slide it off the long rail though, can't she? Playing very generous, these pockets at the moment with the new cloth, new balls.
Yeah.
So another key shot. She's had a few key shots in this particular rack, and this is another one, Ben.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to hit the cue ball, the 8 ball too thin, because you are going to be rejected straight into the 9. So that she did it perfectly. She maintained the right tip position on the cue ball. Those are typical shots of rotation games.
So this 10 ball then to get on the hill.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, she has a pool school in Taiwan, so obviously she's used to create and practice and teach drills to the students. So that 8, 9, 10 was typical shots of rotation games that you can improve with drills.
Yeah, great drills available all over YouTube and Facebook these days, aren't there? They're all challenging other players to play the challenges as well. Have another result for you guys. I don't think it's one Ben will like very much. Duvat has been beaten by Shasha Liu in straight sets 2-0.
Yeah, she's actually the mother of Rachel, who is also playing in the losers on the loser side today. She's actually 15 years old, I believe, and she has won the European under 17 10 ball championship. So she's a European champion, and she's starting her pool career. So that's nice to witness, as I'm one of the dinosaurs of the French pool. So it's nice to
Well,
witness the new generations.
You may be a dinosaur, but you're not extinct just yet.
Yeah, but she's promising. But the thing is, when you have such a young age, there are things that you need to understand about hard work, to learn how to persevere, and sometimes you don't really got some points. And now I'm almost 50 years old, so I've been to a lot of places. I met a lot of guys, a lot of passionate players and coaches and stuff. So yeah, you really need to dive into it. You really need to put everything you have if you want to reach the high level. And that's how it is in every sport.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, that's why I call you the brains in the booth, Benjamin. You certainly are. But of course, there are some dinosaurs that are pretty good at one pocket as well. T-Rex, of course.
Yeah.
So a mistake there, positional wise, from Wang.
Yeah, she played a good bank shot though, but a kind of two-way, because she made the 3 and she almost had position on the 4, but tough position of the cue ball behind the 10.
Yeah, it's a half chance for
Yeah.
Yolene here. She has to take it, Benjamin, on the hill, of course. Wang.
Yeah, particularly on this first shot, she needs to do something a little bit tough with the cue ball. And yeah, myself, I believe I would have played it on the side, maybe, to pocket the 5 ball on the other side pocket. She's left a window here.
Agreed. I'm sure she's not making the clearest of decisions at the moment. You have to feel for her. Nothing worse than looking forward to a tournament and it just happens to coincide with being ill.
Yeah.
So much in the head is the game of cue sports. Any sport, for that matter.
Interesting situation here to go from the 6 to the 7. Yeah, this is perfect because she has to go long across the table and she will catch the line of the 7 almost automatically from there. And you don't need to be like, you don't need to care much about the speed, because as long as she went a little bit too high, but still okay. She wanted to be a little bit more on the head string to have less angle on the 7 ball, but now she has to travel a lot with the cue ball, which makes the position really tougher.
Going around the angles, I think.
Yeah, going 3 rares, but
Great
it's really
shot.
tough to control
Great
the speed.
Shot.
Yeah.
What a shot. Perfection. Very well executed.
She really has a solid stance, just like you learn in pool schools, you know, the way she addresses the cue ball. It's really nice, solid.
A little bit awkward here, gonna have to use a side route, draw with low right.
This is really interesting the way she played it, because she knows that on the slightly fast tables like this, you don't need to power. You don't need the power that much. You really need to control, even on big shots like this.
So that 10 ball signifies the end of Jolien Schuurman's participation in this particular tournament. She'll have to wait for the Euro Tour, but on goes